Ladies and gentlemen, every once in a while we have a regular guest on, and Mike Burt from Limberlost is becoming one of those guys. And they're going out on tour to Texas, and he's joining us on the line with a couple of friends. Mike, what's going on?
Hey, brother. Just getting ready to go out and do what we do, man. Do some rock and roll. I'm just excited I get a chance to, sit here with my buddy John LeBang and, shoot the crap. What the heck? How you doing?
We're doing great. Now, you're heading out to Texas to do some shows, and one of them is a TV show called Live at Bill's. And
That's correct.
we got Bill and Charlie joining us. Why don't you guys, maybe we'll start with Charlie. Tell us a little bit about the show.
Hey guys, we're a live broadcast program out of Cypress, Texas, that we pretty much bring on talent, whether it be from the Houston area, Texas, or any state in the U.S. or out of country that'll make the trip down to be on the show. It is one of the most unique programs on the internet right now. Nobody in the city is doing it that we know of to this caliber. I believe there's one in Australia and one in Scotland that are doing the same thing. Well, to an extent that we are production wise, but as far as production quality goes, there's nobody doing what we're doing right now.
Now, Mike, you're doing a show down there besides Live at Bill's. Tell us a little bit about the show and how you and the guys at Live at Bill's got together.
Well, that's a pretty simple one. His name's Paul Crosby. We work with Paul Crosby Management. Paul's the double platinum award-winning drummer from the rock group Saliva. So Paul and I were cooking up part of our 2021 tour. We were cooking up a southeast run, and it's taken many forms, But the last thing came through and wiped out some of that with the hurricane. It turned out that both of our shows were going to be right there in the Houston area, and so Paul and as we were trying to figure out what else we're going to do a show on Saturday with them. We're opening up for Saliva, and then there's also another band called Crank Up the Silence that's been on Live at Bill's. It's another one of Paul's bands that's going to play right before us, and then another band from the local area there called Chasing Yesterday. But yeah, so that was the big show that we were coming to do, and then we got into this conversation. He goes, let me see if I can get you hooked up with these guys at Live at Bill's. And so we kind of ran that gambit, and these guys were gracious enough to actually pull a second show out of their butts, because they don't usually do this on a Friday. So they've already got a Saturday show booked, and they were gracious enough to do a second show. So that's how this whole came together, and it was all based off of our connection with Paul.
Now,
yeah, it's real funny because Paul got in touch with me and he says, "Hey, we got this band out of y'all out of Seattle, correct?"
Correct. Yeah.
I know some of you are from Seattle, some of you are from Oregon.
No, actually, we're all from the Seattle area.
You're all from the Seattle area. And he says, "Man, I got this band, and we really want to get them on your show." And my first thought was, "Holy crap! Paul Crosby, is interested in our show, and that's for us a big step towards getting our name out there and getting what we're doing for local bands, local talent. I mean, or not just local talent, but talent in general, up and coming artists out to the public."
Hey Charlie, can we explain what the show is like? The essence of the show is really about.
Well, I was going to talk to you.
Bill Wilkerson, Live at Bill's, take it away.
Yeah, I was going to ask Bill, because I'm assuming from one host to another that you want to you want to talk about the show a little bit, Bill. So hit us up with everything, like your point of view on the show and what you're trying to accomplish with this show.
Okay, so I'll try to make this as short as possible because it's kind of a story, but I have this very unique house, and of course, there's a recording studio in it, and the other 1,400 square feet is my man cave. Well, but my wife said if I bought the house, I could go to a bar and drink with my friends. So we've been doing that for a long time and having a pretty good time. We've had a lot of musicians come through here over the years, and we've had some really magic moments, and kind of a musical moment where he's like, you wish the world would have witnessed what you just got through doing, you know. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a show kind of like handing the torch to the up-and-coming artists of today. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's treat them like rock stars. You know, treat them, because musicians aren't really getting treated that well these days, and it kind of pisses me off. And I want musicians to see that, you know, they should be treated right. They should be steered in the right direction. I've been asked a lot of times, like, when are we going to have celebrities on the show? Well, Foo Fighters doesn't need to be on Live at Bill's, but I bet David Grohl would definitely pop in and give some tips and words of encouragement to, you know, these bands that are trying to make it these days. So that's kind of what the show's about, is connecting musicians with, you know, we have a guy in L.A. named Danny Faber. He's a producer, and he's kind of mentoring us. He produced like Rolling Stones, U2, David Bowie, Ozzy Osbourne, Madonna. The list goes on and on.
Now these are 1 hour shows?
Yeah, so far they're 1 hour shows every other Saturday. And eventually we're going to move to a 2 hour show. The first hour will always be free, but the second hour will be just for people that are like members, Patreons, or whatever. It'll be more relaxed and kind of behind the scenes and like more personal.
And I'm telling you what, you got future rock stars coming into your show with Limberlost, because they're probably the best act. They're probably the best act out of Seattle right now. And I know that rubs Mike he likes it when I give him a little stroke like that, but it's the truth. These guys are great.
Well, we're definitely glad to have them coming out here again. Everybody's really excited.
Mike, any previews on what you're going to play?
Mike, you've been talking to pretty much everybody. It's like almost became family already, man.
Now, are any previews on what we're going to see on the show, Mike?
Well, we're gonna play several of our new songs. We're gonna hopefully rip out a couple of from our first album. But it's basically the. I think it's just, from what I've seen of the show, because I did my homework a little too and watched a few of their episodes and stuff. It's going to be a real opportunity, I think, to get a really clean performance. It's very hard to get stuff that nowadays when you're taking video of live shows and so forth, or it's not or the canned performance, the live stream kind of stuff. This is this setup they have is really cool, because I think we're going to get to go in there and play like we're playing in a live show, and with that intensity and levels, like the production value is super clean and super high end. So I think it'll be for me, that means you're going to really get to hear the girls sing, because if it's live, that's two of the best girl singers in the country. So there's that.
Well, that's what sparked. That's what sparked my interest about the show, because before I even did the Banger Music Hour or any other of my shows that I host, I was a producer on a show that very much was like this, where we brought bands in that were unknown and rocked them live on the internet. And when you told me about these guys, I was like, well, that's great, because that's kind of how I started on this side of the microphone. And so, guys, we only have a few more minutes. So why don't you tell us all about how we can find you, where they can subscribe to your YouTube channel, your Patreon, anywhere. Give us some good info on that so we can get the word out for you.
Go ahead, Charlie.
We are on most platforms at the moment. Facebook, YouTube. We're really trying to push the YouTube channel right now. It is Live at Bill's. It's easier to find if it's all one word, Live at Bill's. We are also on Rumble and Twitch. You can find us on Instagram. I'm not sure exactly. Do we have a Twitter?
the best way to probably find us is just search in YouTube and put in Live at Bill's with a S, and it should pop right up.
Yeah, they can also look on my. They can also look on my YouTube channel. I'm subscribed to you guys now, so they can find you that way if they're having a hard time. But it was really easy to find you guys Live at Bill's. Now, before we go,
I want to say this before we take off. It is, like I said, it is a live show. We don't film it and then put it up later. It's like live. Whatever happens, happens. So people can comment in real time and we talk to them. So I will be expecting to see you on the comments there, buddy.
So you have live chat going as the show is happening, right?
Yeah, and we have a host, like the talk show type thing, and a co-host if he bounces off it as well. And we have this chick behind the bar that's actually talking and interacting with the live people.
So, Bill, you don't actually host the show? I mean, it's your place. That's all. You go out there and talk, don't you?
I'll just put the team together of people that I knew they were strong at mind sound and production. So, I'm not doing this to build myself up. I'm doing this to build other people up. And so
that's really kick-ass.
John.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
You weren't listening. Bill pours the drinks.
Bill pours the drinks. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was friends over those drinks. He made a bar. This is how that all started.
Well, there's a lot of bands that are played here on the Banger Music Hour that are from Texas, and any of them that are listening right now that you guys tune in to Live at Bill's, get a hold of these guys. They're going to really pump you guys up. I think it's a great little project you guys are putting together, and I hope the best for all of you guys. And any last words?
Yeah, any artist that's listening right now, if you want to be on the show, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me through the Live at Bill's Facebook page. And just shoot us a private message, and I will start booking for the 2022 season 2, probably closer to like mid-December. I'll start reaching out to bands for next year.
All right, bands, get on it, get on it, get on it. We got Charles and Bill from Live at Bill's, and Mike from the band Limberlost. Thanks, guys, for joining me. We really appreciate it. We'll talk to you all real soon.
Right on. Thanks, John.